Welcome to the .NET Word Library tutorial. I'll show you how to create and update a table of contents in a Word document. The Word Library, also known as doc.io, allows to insert a table of contents, include page numbers, add hyperlinks, and specify the outline levels. In this video, I will be demonstrating how to create and update a table of contents based on default heading styles. I will also show you how to edit the existing table of contents and create a new one based on custom styles. Finally, I will explain how to customize the format of the table of contents entries. First, I open an existing ASP.NET Core application in which I have already installed the Syncfusion doc.io render NuGet package. If you want to learn how to create an ASP.NET Core application with the Syncfusion doc.io render NuGet package, please refer to the link in the card above. Now I will show you how to create and insert a table of contents for heading levels 1 through 3 in a Word document. I would like to generate the Word document with a button click, so in the index.cs HTML file, I remove the existing code and add a new button named create.toc with a specified action method. Then I navigate to the Home controller and add the Syncfusion doc.io, doc.io DLS, and doc.io render namespaces. The Update Table of Contents functionality uses the Word to PDF layout engine to update the page numbers, so it is necessary to use the doc.io render NuGet package. I define an action method named create.toc. Then I create a new Word document instance and initialize it. Using the Ensure Minimal API, I add a section and paragraph to the Word document. Here, I set the page margins for the section in the document. Then, I retrieve the last paragraph instance and append text to it. I set the horizontal alignment of the paragraph to center and apply the built-in heading style. Additionally, I include 2 more paragraphs to the document. To the last paragraph, I add a table of contents using the append.toc API. These parameters specify the lower and upper heading levels. Next, I add content to the Word document. I retrieve the last section instance and add a paragraph to it. I need to start in a new page, so I add a page break to the paragraph. I want to add multiple paragraphs to the section, so I define a submethod for doing that. I name the method @heading with 4 parameters: section, built-in style, heading text, and paragraph text. I add a new paragraph to the section and append the heading text to it. Then, I apply the built-in style to it. Like with the heading text, I add the paragraph text. I call the @heading method here to add the first heading in the document. The same way, I add the second and third headings. Next, I add a new section and specify its page margin and break code. Using the @heading method, I add a few headings to the new section. I have finished adding content to the Word document. Next, I need to update the table of contents to put the newly added headings in it. The Word document class has an API called Update Table of Contents, using which I update the table of contents. After that, I create a memory stream and save the document to the stream. Finally, I return the stream with the content type and file name. I save and run the application. Clicking this Create TOC button generates the Word document. The table of contents is created with the headings, and the page numbers are updated. Next, I will explain how to access and edit an existing table of contents in a Word document. I will continue to use this Word document for it. Here, I add a new button named Edit TOC and define the action method in the Home controller. Then I read the Word document using the file stream instance. I get the TOC field instance from the second paragraph in the first section of the document. I set the TOC levels using the lower and upper heading level properties. To hide the page numbers in the TOC, I set the Include Page Numbers property to false. Next, I update the table of contents to have these changes reflected in it. I save and return the document using the memory stream. The table of contents heading levels are updated, and there's no page number. Next, I will show you how to create a TOC based on user-defined styles. Navigate to the index.cs HTML file and add a new button named Custom Style TOC. I define the action method in the Home controller and create a Word document and add paragraphs by reusing the code in the previous method. Next, I need to define the custom styles. Using the Add Paragraph Style API of the Word document class, I create a style named MyStyle1. I set the font size of the character format property. The same way, I add two more styles and define their font size values. Then I append the TOC field to the last paragraph. Since I am using custom styles, I set the Use Heading Styles property to false. The TOC field has a method called setTOCLevelStyle, and I make a call to that method to set the custom styles for the TOC levels. I define styles for levels 1 to 3. Following this, I add a new page to the section by appending a page break. I create a new method named addHeading with the parameters section, custom style name, heading text, and paragraph text. I copy and reuse the code from the other addHeading method overload and replace the built-in style with the custom style name. Like with the Create TOC method, I add content to the document, but custom styles are used instead of built-in styles. I copy the code for updating the TOC and saving the document. I modify the file name. I will show you the output of this code. Look, the headings are updated in the table of contents. And the styles of the headings are updated to my style. Finally, I will demonstrate how to customize the appearance of the table of contents entries. I add a button named Custom TOC Entries. I add the corresponding action method in Home Controller. By default, when the Word document has styles named TOC, those will be applied to the table of contents entries. I am going to add styles named TOC1, TOC2, and TOC3 to the Word document, and these in turn will be applied for the table of contents entries. First, I copy and reuse the code from the createTOC method to create a document with a table of contents. Next, I add a new paragraph style to the document. I named it TOC1 and specify its font name and size. I format the text with bold and italic styles. Then I set the after spacing value of the paragraph format to 8. Likewise, I add another two styles named TOC2 and TOC3. Additionally, I have specified the left indent values for the paragraph formats. I modify the file name. See, the table of contents entries are formatted. In this video, I showed you how to create and update a table of contents based on default heading styles. I also showed you how to edit table of contents, create one based on custom styles, and customize the format of their entries. If you want to see the working code of this example, you can download it from the GitHub link in the description below. I've also provided a link where you can see if you qualify for a community license to use our document processing libraries for free. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.